pockets, they be swollen.
What's up, beautiful people? My name is Tilia and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. I got this idea from Brittany, Vaughn, and Sarian, and if you know who they are, you already know where I'm going with this. We are going to be doing true crime and makeup, so that's exciting. I've always had an interest in true crime ever since I was a kid. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my makeup together, that's why I'm looking now, but I've always had an interest in true crime ever since I was a kid. I don't know what it is about it, but I can watch me some murder cases and missing people cases all damn day. Like, that's literally all I watch, I feel, which I don't really know if that's healthy. But that's honestly all I watch. I don't really watch anything else. There's the few occasions where I'll watch like home improvement shows, but for the most part, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Investigation Discovery, watching some true crime. So I thought this was I thought this was a community in YouTube I could join, even though I am no way, shape, or form a makeup artist. Like, the way Sarian and Brittany Vaughn be slaying their faces, I cannot promise you that you gonna get the same the same results from me, but you definitely will get the true crime. So, and you know, we can grow together, and potentially in a year or so, in 6 months, I could be better at this whole makeup thing. I'm just trying to get it together so that I'm not like scrummaging through my makeup bag trying to find brushes and whatnot, and I have everything laid out in front of me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And before I start the video, I'm gonna say without further ado, let's get into the video, and then say before I start the video. Before I start the video, I'm going to say I mean no disrespect to the victim or her family. I just need to say a little disclaimer. And now, without further ado, let's get into the video. I have my notes here just so that I can stay on track. So, Faye Jackson Dollar was born on March 8th, 1942. She was a 38-year-old math teacher at Feldwood High School in College Park, Georgia. I'm sorry, also this may be a little difficult because I am not the best at multitasking. And guess what I didn't do? I started this video and guess what I didn't do? I didn't freaking wet my beauty blender. See, that's how you know I ain't no damn makeup artist. But okay, and we're back. So Faye was a 38-year-old math teacher at Feldwood High, and she was said to be highly respected and very liked amongst not only her students, but also just her colleagues. She was really liked at work. You know, she was one of them teachers that was like really well known and really liked amongst her students. Her and her husband, Donald Dollar, had been married for 13 years at the time, and he was a coach at a neighboring high school known as Douglas County High School. He was a basketball coach there. They worked really hard to build a stable life for their kids in Atlanta. They had 2 sons named Cameron and Chad, ages 9 and 4. But soon they began to have marital issues and they decided to get a divorce around the summer of 1980. And by September of 1980, their divorce was finalized, and Faye was granted custody of the kids, but their divorce was described by friends and family as not really being amicable. It's said that Faye confided in her friends and family that Donald was kind of a bully, even though he denied these claims. And I mean, I don't really think anybody's gonna be like, yeah, I was bullying her. Like, I feel like if you're being accused of something like that, you're gonna deny it, especially to like your family and friends. You never really want to be looked at as like the bad guys. So yeah. And it was also said that on numerous occasions family and friends had been called to the house to like break up domestic disputes between the couple. So yeah. On the evening of November 30th, 1980, It had been a normal evening. Faye and her kids were at her house at 378 King Henry Street in Southwest Atlanta. And she had just put the kids down to bed. It had to be around 9 p.m. And she had left the house to run an errand. But some reports also say that she received a phone call before she left the house. Yeah. She left the house around 9 p.m., left the kids in the house. And she had to be really trusting because I don't really know if I'm really leaving my 9 and 4-year-old in the house by themselves. But then again, that kind of goes to show you that she probably didn't expect to be gone that long, because most mothers are not just leaving their kids in the house. And I don't really know what like the crime rate, oh girl, we gonna fix that. But I don't really know what the crime rate was like in Atlanta around this time, but I don't really feel like it was the safest place to live, especially because like the 1980s was a time where like the war on drugs was really heavy, and like Black impoverished neighborhoods. And I grew up in Atlanta, so I know like Atlanta and College Park are really like neighborhoods where there are a lot of minority groups. So I feel like around this time it wasn't really too safe for her to be leaving her 2 sons, but she left to go run some errands. And on Sunday, December 1st, Chad and Cam woke up and they realized that their mother's gold 1972 Monte Carlo was not in the driveway. So they called their father to inform him like, hey, mama ain't home. I don't know where she went, but she's not here. But like, what's up? And so their dad instantly reported her missing, which I find kind of a little weird, because it's like, I don't know, this may have been like out of her norm and that's why he reported her missing, but it's just like, why is it the first thing you do? Like, you're not gonna call her friends, her family, like try to see where she is. You just instantly like, oh, she's missing. But he reported her missing, and her son said that the last thing that they saw her in was a red dress. And this is information that's like gonna be important later in the story. That's why I just threw that in there. The police noted that she didn't pack any clothes, which also showed that she more than likely did not expect to be gone that long, because she didn't take anything with her. So that was definitely a red flag for the police. And another red flag was that she didn't show up for work that day, and she had worked at this high school for going on 13 years, and she had never missed a day. So her employers were definitely like, something is up. Like, she would not just not come to work, or not, like, that's really out of her norm, really out of character for her. So they definitely expected foul play right off the bat. The husband, Donald, provided the police with Faye's license plate, and this actually prolonged the investigation, because at first he gave the police the wrong license plate number. So the car that they were looking for, or the license plate number they were looking for, was not in fact Faye's. But he soon realized, or the police realized, I'm not really sure, but somebody realized that it was not the correct number, and they fixed it, and they put a bolo out for her car. That is when, around 8 o'clock on December 4th, 1980, Officer J.A. Swoop was doing his normal rounds at, where was he? He was at Admiral Benbow Inn, I think that's how you say it, which is like a motel or a hotel, and he had spotted Faye's car. So he called officials from the GBI section of identification and also a record service. He called them to the scene, was like, hey, I think this is your missing person's car, so please come on down so that we can get this thing on the road. And it did in fact happen to be their car, and when they went to go check out the car, there was nothing really suspicious about it. But when they popped the trunk, sadly, they did find the nude body of Faye Dollar. And it was a very sad discovery, but like I said before, the police had already kind of suspected foul play because it was out of the ordinary. A lot of things that Faye had been, that like happened, like her not showing up for work and her leaving her kids, and also her not packing any bags or anything. And like I said, when her sons said they last seen her, they reported that she was wearing a red dress, but when the police found her, there was no red dress in sight. In fact, the only thing that she had on was a gold chain. She was found face down on top of a spare tire, and the spare tire had actually left like an imprintation on her abdomen. The hotel security guards said that and even the residents, they all said that they did not see Faye's car parked there like the night before, and they had no clue how her car got there, and it definitely was not registered in like the hotel parking registry. They said that they did not hear anything suspicious, although the police said that her car had been there for about 12 hours before it was spotted by the officer. And the next day, after Faye's car was found and her body was found, the Atlanta Constitution paper had actually printed out a couple of front page papers with like the crime scene and her body on it, but they soon retracted these before they even went out for consumption or to sell, because they said it wasn't in their like standards of good taste or good morality. So they actually didn't end up selling any papers, but they were going to put it front page and center, the whole crime scene. So an autopsy was performed on Faye's body, and it was found that she had died from blunt force trauma. She had been hit with a blunt force object to the back of her ear, which had caused her death. And the police and the autopsy also said that she had been dead a couple days before her body was found. The police also had exclaimed that they do know what the object was, but they never revealed it to the public, the exact weapon that was used. They just said it was a blunt object. So yeah. So the community of Atlanta quickly turned on her husband, Donald. They felt like he was definitely a suspect because of the divorce and how things were set to go, and just the way he was acting. Like, he had the night after Faye's body had been found, he still went to one of his basketball games that was scheduled. He still showed up, and they did end up losing 51-67, but he went, I guess, to support his team, and the community were kind of like, your ex-wife's body was just found. She was just murdered, the mother of your kids. And I mean, I know you still got to go to work and all, sir, but Is that really what you should be worried about, or should you be there for your kids? And he started receiving like death threats and calls to his house, and it was getting really bad. People, his friends were turning against him. Like, people really just thought that he had to be the murderer, and the police never actually named him as a suspect. And he worked really close with the police to kind of clear his name. He took a lot of polygraph tests and he answered whatever questions they had. He just wanted to clear his name and show people, like, listen, I did not do this. I don't know what you guys think, but I would do anything to clear my name. I did not kill my ex-wife. And people weren't really feeling it. They still were like, sir, it's just a little sus. Like, y'all was having domestic disputes. You guys just got a divorce. She got custody of the kids, you know. Then a couple months after your divorce is finalized, she ends up dead. We don't know, sir. We don't know. And but like I said, the police never actually named him as a suspect, and they actually didn't have any suspects. As popular as Faye was, they expected to get like a lot of leads as far as like somebody knowing, you know, anything, but they didn't really get any promising leads. And the case quickly grew cold. Like, they didn't have anything to go off of. There was no forensic evidence. There was no witness statements. It was just very dead end. Donald ended up continuing his coaching career and went on to have a lengthy 30-year career where he coached not only high school basketball but also college basketball. And in 1998 or 1989, his team actually placed 6th in the whole nation for basketball teams, I guess. And his son, one of his sons, I couldn't really find information on their other son, but one of their sons, Cam, ended up going to college in Tennessee at Milligan College, and he ended up getting a job at Georgia State. He also was an integral player. Integral, I don't know how you say that word, but he was an integral player at Georgia State, and also followed in his father's footsteps and ended up being a basketball coach at the young age of 22. I couldn't find very much information on their son Chad. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I had to put my eyelashes on off camera because, like I said, I'm really new to this whole makeup thing, and some days it's easy to put eyelashes on, some days it's a little wanky. But yeah, so that's really it for the case. It honestly went cold, and it hasn't really been reported on much since. But if you do have any information, please don't be hesitant to contact the Atlanta Police Department at 404-614-6544. I'm sorry, and I'll make sure to put that in the description box, or you can contact your local, I'm sorry, hold on. Or you can contact your local police department as well. They should be able to help you as far as like getting your information out there. And yeah, that's really it for this story. I'm going to finish my lips, put mascara on my bottom lashes, spray my face, and that'll be it for the look, and I'll be right back in the end to show you the finished result. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much if you stayed to the end. This is the finished makeup look. I know I'm no way, shape, or form a makeup artist. This is just like my everyday go-to makeup look that I just decided to do that I could tell y'all is true crime story. And if you guys are interested, please go check out Bailey, Sarian, and Brittany Vaughn and their channels. They are so talented and so amazing, and they really inspired me to do this segment. So please go check out their channels. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. If you guys have any cases that you want me to cover, if you guys have any pointers, any tips, anything, leave it in the comment section. I think that's really it. Much love, spread love and light. Make sure you always stay positive, and peace out. See you in the next video.
The writings are upon the wall, pressing like a button, like a mall, letting me out. This world